Hi and welcome to another Friday. I don't say live because of course I'm not live today. It's pre-recorded. We're both busy. I'm afraid I'm at a funeral. My uncle has passed away. He is part of my Tottenham influence. My father was a Tottenham fan as well, or still is a Tottenham fan. My uncle had season tickets there and have many memories of going there with him. I know some of you might think they're not wonderful memories, but I am a Tottenham fan, so I did enjoy them. And Helen's at the Chelsea Flower Show. With her mother. So hopefully she's enjoying that. So therefore you ask yourself, what is Alfie doing? Well, Alfie is having an extra day at preschool. So hopefully he will enjoy that. So we will see. So in the meantime, what are we doing in this recording? Well, we are talking about still Jacoby, but this time we're mentioning interference. What difference does interference make? So we're still strong and supporting. We might not be in Jacoby the whole time. So supporting competition, which we'll do today, and in fact we'll probably flow on to next week as well. What's going on the site? Well, we're still in Preemptember. So next Monday we'll still be looking at preempts, and do send more in. We're looking to fill my coffers, as it were, because I'm generally looking at examples that are from real life. And then we're going to move in October on to play, declare a play at pairs, making it your over tricks, making the best score you can at pairs. And then on Fridays, as I say, next week, I think we'll carry on one more supporting competition, which I will lead you to via the bidding quiz. And then we're going to move on to defence, if that's all right. Defence as a partner of the leader. So we'll be analysing the lead and various things like that. What else? Bridge games. Well, Real Bridge has gone up and running. We played last Monday, of course, and we are also playing on Sundays. So Sunday at 7 o'clock, if you fancy that over the weekend. And then each week, Monday at 2:30, Sunday at 7 o'clock. If you've got any feedback, please do give us that. Remember, you do have to buy your BNB points there. That's how you pay for those games. And of course, you've got the BBO games going on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So plenty of chances to play, as well as if you want to, you've got the set hand sessions as well. Set hand sessions, of course, though, are free. That's the great advantage of those. And so we'll see. Let's start with our bidding quiz, and then we will move on from there. So as usual, the idea of the bidding quiz is to be sort of on the theme of the topic. This is lightly on it, as you'll see. But so it's 1 heart from your partner, double from the opponent. 1 heart from your partner, double from your opponents. What do you fancy? Okay, have a little think about that. I'm going to do my PowerPoint, and then we'll come back to it, and I'll show you how it sort of links in with the theme, as it were. We'll see. Okay. So supporting competition. So imagine it goes 1 heart, 1 spade. Simple as that. That's what I want you to imagine. But I want you to imagine that when you've got stronger hands. So we're not really looking at the weaker hands, which I've actually looked at before, but stronger hands. Well, 1 heart pass, 2 no trumps. The reason we use that 2 no trumps as Jacoby is because we don't have any other way of showing a strong balanced hand with support. And the point is that 1 heart past 4 hearts is a distributional, weak-ish hand. So what we found was we had to use it to late game ways, change suit and then jump to game. Not great, really. It's difficult. So instead of that, we use 2 no trumps. However, when the bidding goes 1 heart, 1 spade, you do now have a way of showing a strong hand. Remember, this is a 1 spade overcall, I should say, not response. So 1 heart, 1 spade overcall. We have a bit of the opponent's suit to show great strength. So what that means is you don't need Jacoby anymore. So we don't play Jacoby in this situation. 2 spades basically takes the place of Jacoby if you want, and if you want you can play it the same way. However, the reason that people don't generally play it the same way is for the simple fact that often your opponents will raise. So it may well go 1 heart, one spade, two spades, three spades from the opponents, and suddenly all the room is gone. So we generally turn the systems off, and pretty much most systems you'll play, one no trump opening, you've got lots of systems, as soon as they overcall, we switch them off. Now you might change them into something else, but you'll switch your standard systems off. And so that's what's happening here. So a two no trump bid here would be natural. Okay, showing a good stopper in spades and probably about 11 points. So let's put that into perspective. So I hope you're all happy that in a competitive auction, a bid of the opponent's suit says I'm strong and I am excited. And whenever our side is bidding a major, it promises support. So one heart, one spade, two spades is alerted. Partner, I'm strong and excited. Let's play game in hearts and we can have a discussion if we want to go any further. Does that make sense? It's always used as strong. I should always remind you there's one exception, the one diamond, two diamond bid. You know, the immediate Q bid is used as a two suited hand. It doesn't have to be strong. Any other bid of the opponent's suit, though, is strong. Okay, so there's no need for the Jacoby two no trumps. Remember, we used the Jacoby two no trumps because we were missing a bid to show something. Here we've got a bid now, two spades, so we don't need two no trumps, so we can use it as a natural bid. Let's put that in perspective by looking at some hands. One heart from your partner. What are you going to respond? Well, I'm hoping you're going to respond two no trumps if there is a pass. So if it goes pass, you bid two no trumps. Partner, I'm strong, love your hearts. Unfortunately, I'm a bit balanced, but let's go for game and see if we can find a slam. Once one spade comes in, things change. Okay, one heart, one spade. Too often, as I say, the opponent's going to interfere anyway. So you bid two no trumps, three spades. And if you use two no trumps as Jacoby, what does two spades mean, for example? You could have it as a two no trump bid, but then you're just alternating the two, so that makes no sense. So the idea here is your strong bid is two spades. Your strong bid in this auction is two spades. Partner, I'm strong and excited. And of course, the crucial thing here is it differentiates between hands that bid straight to four hearts. One heart, one spade, four hearts. I'd want a bit more, maybe have a singleton spade, but take the ace of diamonds and queen of clubs away, and I'll, five hearts and a singleton spade, and I'm just going to bid straight to four hearts. Not expecting to bid slam, but hoping that four hearts is a good either making game or sacrifice. Two spades says partner, game is the least of my ambitions. That's the idea of that bid. It's the least of my ambitions. I've got good strength here. What do you think? So today we're just looking at the interference aspect. I'm not going to go through the full auctions if that's all right. Here you can see, with a little bit of time, you'll be able to see that you can make a slam. You have 10 top tricks and you can discard your spade loser. And you'll just make two ruffs in one of the hands. Because you've got so many trumps. You can draw all the trumps and you will make 10 top tricks and two ruffs. How would you get there? You'd maybe make a splinter bid or some kind of Q bid and find you've got most things covered. And the singleton club, of course, is the crucial element here. And so well done if you bid to some. The point is two spades is suggesting there's a possibility. And clearly, West does not have a minimum hand either. It's a 6 loser hand or 13 high card points plus a singleton. So, if your partner knows you can make game, you feel you've got an extra trick as well, well, then you're in the right ballpark. And if you've got your aces, if you've got your key cards there, then it's not surprised that you might make 6 hearts. Okay, let's have a look at this one. One heart, one spade again. Bear in mind, you can still splinter. So we don't want to change everything. The only thing we're changing is we're going back to normal in a way. So it's a bit more natural. I'm hoping one heart, one spade, two spades is, in inverted commas, natural. Because surely one heart, one spade, two spades can't be a natural bid. It's unnatural to be natural. Does that make sense? If they've shown 5 spades against you, why would you want to bid spades, even if you had them? Okay. So for me, two spades is shall we say, an obvious unnatural bid. And that's lovely, because if it's obvious, then the rest is obvious. Two no trumps is obvious, is natural, so everything becomes natural. Of course, again, these jumps, so the jump to high level, why would we need them? Why jump to 4 diamonds or particularly, as we're going to see here, 3 spades? A splinter in the opponent's suit is really important. So here, one heart, one spade, 2 spades is strong, I'm excited. A jump to 3 spades would be a splinter bid. Okay, you have jumped, so it can't be a sort of natural to strong bid. Why bid it now? Of course, you might have made a mistake. That's not that I can't legislate for that. But the idea is 3 spades shows a singleton, and it is really valuable. Okay, a singleton in spades, I should say. You could jump in 4 clubs, that would still show a singleton. Shows game or more and shortage in spades. Okay. So remember, generally the 2 spade bid and in this auction and previously without the competition, the 2 no trump jack, both of those bids are suggesting more balanced type hands. When you've got your splinters available, you're able to give them because they're so valuable. So 1 heart from your partner, pass. What would you bid? SPL, support for hearts, the points for game, and a lack of the suit that you're just about to bid. So you would jump to 3 spades. Now, sometimes your partner will miss that, not recognizing it as a splinter, okay, or as a shortage bid, okay. Instead, of course, I bid a spade and you bid the same thing. So whether it goes 1 heart pass or 1 heart 1 spade, I want you to bid 3 spades. It's such a powerful bid, particularly in the opponent's suit, particularly because a singleton in their suit often completely negates a lot of their strength. Here, your partner's over the moon with your splinter. He fits absolutely perfectly. And of course, he now knows that 6 of the opponent's points are completely redundant. His ace is going to win the first trick and he can ruff the rest. So that's 6 points out of the equation. And of course, we're suggesting we've got quite a lot of the rest. So no surprise if we can make a slam. To be honest, all West is missing are the ace and king of trumps, the ace of diamonds and the ace of clubs. So I don't think it's unreasonable to bid Blackwood in this auction for no trumps. And his partner, if his partner shows 2 key cards, we sigh and bid 5 hearts. If he shows 3, we bid 6 hearts. If he shows 4, we would go for 7 hearts. Okay, here it would go 4 no trumps, 5 spades. I've got 3 key cards. Remember, that's talking about key card Blackwood, not Roman key cards. So just 3 key cards, 6 hearts would be 6 hearts would be the final contract. I hope everybody's happy that 6 hearts is good. 6 hearts, you've got, let's assume trumps break 3-1 at the worst. You're going to make 4 trumps, 4 diamonds. That's 8, and 2 aces is 10. So you need 2 tricks. I want you to remember that. Whenever there is a splinter bid, you do need to understand that the power of that splinter is in the roughing. So all you need to do to make a slam here, I think, is ruff 2 spades. Can you see what could go wrong? Imagine you draw trumps. You play a heart to the queen, that wins. You play a heart to the king. The ace takes it, and that player has a 3rd trump and leads that 3rd trump. You'd only have 1 trump left in the east hand to do the ruffing. So I think here, let's say you had a spade lead, you would ruff a spade, you'd play a trump to the queen, but if it was darked, you would ruff another spade. Then you'd play the king of trumps, and you've done your ruffing work, as it were. Okay, so remember, whenever you do bid a slam on a splinter bid or shortage, you're hopefully going to be in a good contract. You do need to make sure you make the most of the shortage that is there. Okay, after the overcall, obviously what I'm suggesting is then we can have the 2 no trumps as a natural bid. Now, you don't completely need this, but you do have to understand that competitive bids are very different to non-competitive bids. So when the bidding starts 1 heart pass, I don't mind bidding 2 clubs on a bad suit, or maybe just a 3-card suit or something like that, and then finally bidding 2 no trumps later, because we're getting pretty good definition from our hand. When an overcall comes in, it changes things. Let's say it goes 1 heart, 1 spade, and I bid a minor, 2 spades from the next hand. It can be difficult for my partner to judge, particularly when he's assuming I've got a decent minor, perfectly reasonably. Okay, so I'm going to play this as natural. What does it show? It's just got to show a good stopper in spades. Seems reasonable. You've got 5 against you, you know that, and about 11 points. It's 10 to 12 is the accurate definition, but we tend to think of it as 11 points. So let me show you a hand. So here, if the bidding went, I'll just have the first bid 1 heart. If it goes past, you're going to bid a spade. That's easy enough. If there was no bidding and I didn't have a 4-card major, let's say if I changed the majors around, it went 1 spade, I would probably bid 2 clubs with this hand, give my partner a chance to define his hand. Problem here is that when 1 spade comes in, if you bid 2 clubs, it's a competitive auction and your partner is going to be looking to compete. So it might go 2 clubs, 2 spades. And your partner now may have a decision to make. Does he want to, he's probably short in spades. Does he want to compete by bidding something? So imagine he's got, I don't know, 4 clubs, 5 hearts. He may well just bid 3 clubs. And you're going to be in a difficult situation there. Do you bid 3 no trumps? Can you see? Tricky. I think 2 no trumps is a nice bid on a hand like this. Notice at the 1 level, you're not likely going to want to penalise 1 spade. So sometimes when you've got good cards in their suit, you want to actually let your partner do a takeout double and you penalise them. Okay, and pass that takeout double. But at the 1 level, you're unlikely to get so many points out of it. Quite, because if you can make 3N, you'd need to take, often you need to take 1 spade, 2 or 3 off, which is not going to be so likely. So I quite like being able to get my hand off my chest in a competitive auction. Okay. On this occasion, your partner will probably let that go, I think. Yeah, it's not too bad a contract. They might make a couple of clubs, a couple of spades and a heart. So I think you should scrape home in 2 no trumps on a bad day. Things might go wrong for you, but I think it's reasonable. As I say, if you bid 2 clubs, maybe 2 spades, your partner might double for takeout. As I say, I guess you probably bid 2 no trumps still, but your partner might give it a third, thinking the clubs are coming in. Does that make sense? I think you're losing definition. I mean, your partner, if you bid 2 clubs first and then rebid 2 no trumps, your partner might be thinking you've got 5 club tricks off the top. But, he might pass. I don't know. I like 2 no trumps. So that's what we do with interference before we have a chance to be jacking. What about if it comes after? Now, I don't want you to get too worried about this because it doesn't come up very often. So please don't get too worried. Okay. But just to say it can happen. So the ideal situation is you try to ignore it. It's not going to come up enough, as I say, to worry about. Also, remember that you can pass. Okay, that's important. Pass is an option here. And in fact, gives you more room than bidding 3 spades in theory. I mean, 3 spades for me is still a strong bid as well. Okay, but in the auction we've got above there, pass is an option, really important option as well, because, as I say, it gives you plenty of space to bid. Okay, the weakest bid, of course, as always, is 4 spades. 4 spades, you're saying, partner, I don't think there's a chance again. I think, for slam, I think the most important thing about 4 of a major, it should deny any control in diamonds, because that is a really valuable thing. Once they bid a suit, one thing we could concentrate on is diamonds. Why not take advantage? They've bid the suit, because whenever we're short or we've got control of that suit, suddenly there may be a chance of a slam. Whereas when we don't have any control in that suit, then quite often we'll need to just finish in 4 spades. It's too rare that we're ever going to penalise them here once we've got a spade lead. Most of the time, a guy with 3 diamonds is going to have a good suit. So I quite like to use the doublers to show an ace. Very simple tactic. It's not using up any space. I don't think there's going to be enough times I want to penalise 3 diamonds to worry about. I love being able to double to show the ace. It can be a really valuable bid. Okay, specifically the ace, not control or something like that. Specifically the ace of diamonds. The other thing I can do is bid 4 diamonds to show shortage. Okay, and I've got 2 bids there about diamonds, and the reason is because that's going to be the lead suit. I'm on lead. I've opened a spade. My right-hand opponent has bid 3 diamonds, so I'm expecting the left-hand opponent to lead diamonds. So I need to make sure, if we're going to try for a slam, that we have some semblance of control in that suit, either shortage or the ace. If I've got the king queen or something like that, I'll just pass or bid 3 spades and allow partner to carry on bidding. Okay. Four of a major, though, denies control in diamonds. That's quite important. Okay. Again, you do not need this. Okay, I'm just saying that you can play this. You don't need to play this aspect of things because it is more, again, it's overcomplicating things in a way, but I'm hoping it's relatively natural. For a major partner, I'm pretty sure we're not going to make a slam. This is what we said before, same over 2 no trumps. Double, just using the extra bid partner, I've got the ace of their suit. And 4 diamonds looks like a splinter anyway. Let's see them in action. 1 heart from you. Pass 2 no trumps, lovely, and you're just about to bid 3 diamonds to say, partner, I have a shortage in diamonds. But instead, there's an overcall of 3 diamonds. Now, I'm still excited about my hand because a singleton in the opponent's suit is a really valuable thing. As I said, I like the double to show the ace rather than to say I would have bid 3 diamonds. I guess you could play that if you want to, but I prefer it showing the ace. It feels more natural. I know that sounds an odd thing to say, natural, but it feels more natural to me. So here I would bid 4 diamonds. Partner, I know we're going for game. I've actually got a singleton in their suit, singleton or void in their suit. So if you fit with that, then let's do it, because quite often they end up having all of the high cards in diamonds. Well, let me show the hand. They have got all the high cards in diamonds. Got ace, king, queen to 6, and partner's got the jack. So of course, I've got shortage. That's 10 points disposed of. They only make 1 trick with those. No surprise, we might have the rest. And as you can see here, we've got 29 of 30 missing. Okay, and East has an easier job over 4 diamonds. That was the only weakness he had. He knows he's got 15, you're going to have a minimum of 12, probably 13. So he knows there's only a queen or king missing. So of course he brings out the black with 4 no trumps. Make sure you've got 2 key cards and goes for 6 hearts. Okay, once again, I'm just focusing on the 4 diamond bid there because 4 diamonds, partner, I've got a singleton. 4 no trumps. Lovely jubbly. I fit perfectly. Remember, if you've got the ace or lots of small cards, you love a singleton there. Okay, and as you can see, the slam is completely straightforward here. There are 12 top tricks without having to do any roughing. Okay, on this particular hand, so it's a nice and easy one. Okay, so 4 no trumps, 5 hearts. I've got 2 for your partner. Great, 6 hearts. Okay, so 6 hearts is a lovely contract. 1 heart, pass, 2 no trumps. Lovely start. East is looking at a gorgeous hand here. 17 count with 4 card heart support. What do you fancy with the West hand? Well, you're probably going to bid the same, whether there's an overcall or not, because there's a 3 diamond overcall. But I think whether it was a pass or a 3 diamond overcall, I would probably bid the same thing, which is, partner, I am minimum, and I do not have control in diamonds. So over this 3 diamond bid, we are denying control in diamonds. Of course, if it had gone past 4 hearts, we'd just say a minimum. Okay, but over the 3 diamond bid, I like the jump to 4 hearts to say, partner, I'm cutting out all the space to tell you something important. Well, 2 things important. 1, I'm minimum. 2, I have nothing to cover diamonds. Okay. Now, you might say to yourself, well, it's a 6 loser hand, it's better than average. Well, you are aceless and you've got the double doubleton. So the acelessness and the double doubleton should hold you back there. And of course, the beauty is East can pass. That's the beauty. Can you see that? East has got 17 points. He's desperate to try for slam. 17 opposite, 12 minimum. Surely, I mean, we've got 29 or more points and we've got a big fit. Well, turns out, or at least a decent fit. It turns out that neither of you have control in diamonds, so you can just pass that bid. Okay. As it happens, 5 hearts will make as well because you've got all the strength outside, but you know what the lead is going to be. It's not one of these where, you bid the slam and see what happens. You know you're going to get a diamond lead. Okay, just change the hand slightly there. 1 heart, pass, 2 no trumps, same hand, 3 diamond overcall. What do you fancy this time? Well, I'm back. I'm sure you know what I was doing then. You probably heard some sound effects, but here we are. So what did you choose to bid? Well, again, you don't have to do this, but I love to be able to use the double just to show that ace. It keeps the bidding low. I'm not showing anything extra other than the ace. and it could be useful for my partner to know. And to be honest, as soon as your partner knows you've got the ace of diamonds, he's going for slam. Okay, he wanted to go for slam anyway. He's balanced in 6 losers, so it only suggests the 5 level, but look at the top cards, 5 top tricks already. He knows you're not going to be too excited because you can't hold so many key cards, although you have got 2 of them. I think he just brings out the Blackwood and goes for 6 hearts. And the beauty is, because you've got the ace of diamonds, you win the first trick. You can draw trumps, discard the diamond on the wonderful spades, and you probably lose a club at the end. You need a 3-2 break or at least a favourable 4-1 break as well. So 6 hearts is a great contract. Again, it's a minimum hand, the West hand. But I don't want you bidding straight to 4 hearts because I want 4 hearts to be saying, partner, I've got nothing in diamonds. Okay. So that's the end of that. I hope that helped. As I say, please don't worry about it because interference doesn't come up much. The interference over 2 no trumps doesn't. Clearly, interference over the 1 bid happens a lot, so that's a different matter, and that is important. And I think what we'll do is extend the discussion on that until next week. But 1 heart past 2 no trumps, you're not going to get interference that often, although I will say to you that if you are playing against people who are playing conventions, interfering can work. So we've spent a lot of time working on that 2 no trump bid and how auctions are going to work afterwards. As soon as a bid comes in the middle, particularly when it goes 1 heart past 2 no trumps, 3 spades is a nightmare. It gets in the way. It's taken the whole auction up. So if I've got a 6-card suit, non-vulnerable, I'm often going to bid because they're not often going to punish me. As I discussed there, I usually use the double there to show the ace, So when we know we can make 4 hearts, it's not often we're going to try and take money from a lower level contract. So to be honest, it's a good idea to stick an or in. And I tell you what, a few of you are going to get angry with me now because you're going to be in the middle of a Jacoby auction and someone will stick an all in. And it does. It makes it difficult because you've practiced this, you've got your responses, and suddenly someone bids in the middle of it. Anyway, let's look at that bidding quiz, go back to it. And the reason I wanted to look at this is because this is one of the reasons I'm going to extend our conversation slightly next week, because we are going to mention this double. So this is not exactly on what we were talking about here, but it does revolve around what a 2 no trump bid means. 1 heart double, we use 2 no trumps for a slightly different reason. And the reason we use it for that is because redouble has a meaning. When we redouble in this auction, it shows any strong hand that does not have 4 cards or more supporting hearts. So the redouble is actually not saying I like hearts. It's saying we've got the majority of points, partner. So what do I mean by strong? Well, I mean as long as we've got majority of points. So if I've got 9 or more points, I know you've got 12. That means we are the bosses of the hand, and that's what the redouble means. It's a useful bid. It does come up. I know a lot of you have never used it because you've possibly not studied it, but it's the blue card in the bidding box if you're not used to it. And what it means is, if I've got 10 to 12 balanced, I am going to be redoubling, so I don't need a natural 2 no trump bid. Okay, so as you've probably worked out now, the answer I want you to give is redouble. We're certainly not supporting hearts, don't need to do that. And to be honest, at the 1 level, if they bid 1 spade, it's unlikely we are going to penalise them. And I have a feeling on this hand, you're probably going to finish in 3 no trumps. But there are times that you will finish in a double contract, particularly if they're vulnerable, and take them for maybe 800 or something like that. So the redouble can be a powerful bid in that sense. But the 2 no trump bid we use for a different reason, and that is actually going to be a raise in hearts, and we will look at that next week. So what we tend to do over a double, 1 heart double, is stretch, and it's important to do that. You're going to try and keep the opponents out of the auction. So a 2 heart bid will be quite weak. A 3 heart bid would have been the equivalent of an old 2 heart bid, and the 2 no trump bid is the equivalent of a 3 heart bid, or better. Okay, so we'll come to that. All right, and it's sort of regarded as part of relatively standard accord. So even if I've not agreed it with anybody, redouble is a strong bid, and 2 no trumps generally takes the place of it. It does have a name, it's called Truscott, but we will look at it next week, or at least dealing with the double that comes in the auction. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that one. We've got a hand I'm going to show you, because I like to show hands from real life. So let's have a look at this one. This is from our team's matches. I was playing with Pete on one night, so let's have a look at it. It involves the Jacoby 2 no trumps, and then we'll finish with our hand evaluation. So South was the opening bidder. We're non-vulnerable against vulnerable. Of course, I opened a heart. We've got 14 points and 5 hearts. Pass from West. No real reason to come in with a bad suit, vulnerable. 2 no trumps from North, playing Jacoby. So 2 no trumps says, I love your hearts, partner. We're going for game. Okay. East, again, they're vulnerable against knots, so they're not going to be coming in even though there's a 5-5 hand there. Now, what do I bid? Well, I show my lovely singleton diamond. 3 diamonds, partner. I have a singleton. Okay, now I'm not quite sure why, but West doubled this. Not something I would have done. Okay, but he decided to double. Bear in mind that West is going to be on lead, so I can't really think of a reason for doubling 3 diamonds. And even if I wasn't on lead, I'm not sure I'd want it led. Because in a sense, all they're doing, if it shows the ace, well, all they're doing is telling us where the ace is, which might be helpful. Okay, anyway, clearly that gives North the option of passing. But again, Pete made the right decision here, I fear, which is just ignore it. I mean, we don't need to know that, we don't need to know the double there. Pete's just going to bid as he normally would. Now, he has got 15 points, but let's be honest, he's not happy with his king, queen of diamonds, even if he knows West has got the ace. Okay, he doesn't necessarily expect to have useful discards from it. And if you throw the king, queen away, he's just left with 9 points, is it? 4, 8, 10 points. Okay, and more importantly, he hasn't got a key card. We are missing all 5 key cards from his point of view. And so the chances of a slam making are so low, he decides to bid his weakest bid. Remember, 4 hearts is the weakest bid he can make. It basically says, partner, I do not fit with your singleton, and I do not feel I am in any way, shape or form going to make a slam. Okay, it would require me to have a really, really powerful hand. And as you can see, as it happens here, 5 hearts would probably be safe anyway. But look at the difference there. I mean, what's lovely if it is I mean, funny enough, with the West hand, if I was going to double, I would usually double because I've got ace, king, queen or something like that. So if you move the king, queen out of the North hand, that's a different matter. He give him the ace of clubs instead. He's fitting well. He will bid as we normally will. The double's not going to make any difference here. But it shows a nice hand from live play, and we finished in 4 hearts and made 5. And there was no problems there. Just losing 2 aces, of course. So a nice hand. Okay, you wouldn't want to, I must admit, I mean, you wouldn't really want to lead diamonds as West. What's interesting, though, is even if they do choose to lead the ace of diamonds against a slam, you have no useful discards. So people often say to me, why do you throw the king, queen into the bin? Well, so often they're not useful to you. So even if they led the ace of diamonds in, what would you do on the king, queen of diamonds? You're going to lose 1 club only. So even if you discard 2, you're still losing 1 to the ace. And you're not going to lose any spades. See, you don't actually need the king, queen of diamonds. And that's why I say throw them away. If you had the 7 and 6 of diamonds, you'd make the same number of tricks. It's just the beauty is if you had the 7 and 6 of diamonds, you'd have your points elsewhere. Give you 4 points instead of the 5, the ace of clubs instead of the 5 in diamonds, you're making a slam. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that one from real life. It's nice to see those, and that's why I love having the hands sent in from you for the preempts, because people, I think, it is nice to see. It is nice to see hands from real life. It brings things home to us. Just going to go back to Q+ here to show you the hand evaluation hand, which I will leave you with. So one of those horrible 4-3-3-3 hands. I say horrible, you're the one who's supposed to be hand evaluating. You're vulnerable, both sides. You've got 13 points there. You can give me your version of your evaluation there. I also want you to think about the bidding if East opens the bidding. So if East opens a club, a diamond, or perhaps even a heart, focus on a heart there. How would you feel over any of those opening bids, to be fair? And what might you do? Okay, so that's your hand evaluation. We will revisit that, of course, on Monday. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sorry I couldn't be here with you. I will be back on Monday. I'll be around the site as well. And I will relay, not obviously what's happened at the funeral, but maybe what's happened at the Chelsea Flower Show and maybe even at Alfie's nursery. See whether he enjoyed his extra day there. I hope some of you play on Sunday. Don't forget, Wheelbridge on Sunday at 7. If not, see you around the site. Next week, of course, plenty going on, and we've got the prize winners teams. So if you want to join us for that next Wednesday, as well as Monday, the last preempt Ember Monday, and as I say, next week we are finishing our supporting majors. Okay, so thanks very much for your company. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you again soon.